Hello and welcome to this rather quirky and strange comparison video. It's probably like nothing else that's out there. Let me give you some background to how I got here. I've been looking at some of the modern sort of microphones that people use on the internet for whatever reason, whether it's a YouTube video or whether it's a blog or whatever. And I noticed that some of them were actually comparing some older microphones with some of them and the more modern ones. In particular, digging out the Shure SM58, which is a classic video, which is a classic microphone, not a video. This is a video. What I'm talking about is a microphone. So I actually thought I'd dig one out. I actually have one from my early years when I used to shoot wedding videos, which I retired from 24 years ago now. And the microphone that I have is a Shure SM58, and it was bought, I think it was bought second hand, if I remember rightly, for something like £40 in the early 80s, 1980s. And I used it mostly for the videos that I shot, the wedding videos I shot. And I always used it in those early days because of the poor technology that was available, relatively speaking, in terms of the video recorders. They had internal mics and they weren't very good. They were about as much use as a chocolate teapot. If you're about 4 or 5 foot away and less, perhaps, you may got some reasonable audio. But I always used that hardwire a microphone to the individuals who were speaking, say at the speeches or when the vows were being committed in the church or in the town hall, depending upon whether it was a church wedding or a civil wedding. And I put it away, put the mic away 15 odd years ago, maybe even more, and thought nothing of it. So what I've done now is if I go to here, you'll see now I've actually got, let's get just need to move this into frame. So that should be in frame now. So I've got 4 microphones here that I want to test to see what the difference is in terms of the individual ways I record. Let me go through them one at a time. This particular microphone here, which is the live one at the moment, so I'll just tilt it up very gently. You can see this is actually the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is my go-to microphone when I'm recording stuff on my computer onto OBS. There are front controls near which allow you to control the sensitivity of the mic, the level of sound for the earphones, and you've got a mute button at the top here, which is a touch sensitive one, which will allow you to mute the mic, and it doesn't make any handling noise to do that. So that's what I use. That's my daily driver in a sense. The next one here is this microphone here, which is a classic, and it's the actually Shure SM58. This is quite a historic mic. It came out, I think it was produced in 1961, just after its predecessor, which was the SM57 microphone. And it's actually one that requires phantom power, which I'm getting from this Tascam here. I've got the Tascam running, as you can see, and I'm going to record direct into the Tascam onto a little SD card, which I will then transfer over when I come to look at and compare the sound with this. So that's the sort of second mic that I want to look at. The third mic I want to look at, if I switch to here, it's this microphone on my lapel. And this is the Shennheiser MK, I think it's the MK2EW. So this microphone is actually going into this this tentacle, it's the Tentacle Track E recorder. And it's just a recorder, it's not a transmitter, it's not a wireless device. It simply records directly onto that device. And finally, switching back to here, is this microphone here, which you can hardly see, but it's just sitting on the, I've clamped it onto the, this part of the microphone, which is the, what would you call that? It's just the mount. It's just the mount that prevents any handling lies. There is a proper name for it, which I can't think off the top of my head. That's the nature of old age. You forget things. That's going on a real tortuous route back to, I'm taking it back to the camera, this camera here, which I'm recording on. This particular camera is a Canon EOS R, which is a few years old now, this camera. And I'm going directly into the input of that. I'm taking the video out of the camera and splitting it to the no, I'm not splitting it to, it's going directly then to my Atmos Ninja, but out of the Atmos Ninja, it's been split back to my computer and to a monitor camera that I'm using. And from the computer, it's coming via, it is a tortuous route, as I said, it's coming via a Blackmagic 810 Mini Extreme ISO. So I'm not expecting much out of this microphone. I use it as a kind of a redundant one with some kind of backup if I fail to record at any time, or at least I can use what little signals on there to sync up or anything else that I'm using. So that's the environment. So now what I'll do, I'll go to a test and I'll just play the test through one at a time, and you can listen and compare them. Don't draw any great conclusions other than the environment that I'm describing. So it may or may not work for you if you want to use any one of these at all. So let's do that. So firstly, what I'll do is I'll go to the, let's go to the, well, most of this I've been recording using the Elgato mic, the Elgato Wave 3. So I'm talking on this mic at a relatively short distance. I think it's around about one foot away from the microphone. And as I say, it's my go-to mic, and I think it does what I want to do, and I'm quite happy with it. I'm going to go quiet, and before I go quiet in all of these, just be aware that this room is not in any way, shape or form adjusted acoustically. It is just a room with just the equipment in, and it's a normal sort of small room in a small house. There is a fair amount of ambient noise. I've got a crazy ticking digital clock just above me. It's just that, I'm just looking to see, it's just out of frame. I've also got above me here a Hollyland wireless transmitter, which is transmitting this overhead camera across to my 810, and that's then being fed into that and then fed into OBS. So it's a bit of a mess, but it works for what I want to do. So there's a fair amount of ambient noise. So when I go quiet on all these three, just be aware that this room isn't particularly quiet. So I'm now going to go quiet so you can listen to the floor of the Elgato Wave 3. I just realised then when I switched there would have been a noise off me switching on the Stream Deck. Hey ho! So the next mic I'm going to go to is the Shure SM58, and I'll go quiet so you'll get some idea how that sounds. And now I'll switch to the Shennheiser ME2, or the MKE2, EW to be precise. So that's the Shennheiser. Finally, I'll go on to the Rode. I think it's called the Rode Smart Lav Plus, as I say, but be aware that its environment isn't that great. Okay, so there's the four recording systems, if you like. It's not specifically a microphone test. It's just them in their kind of configuration in the way I would use them. And I'm doing this purely out of boredom and out of interest because I just wanted to relive the Shure mic, the 58, and I thought I'd just compare them all together for the sheer hell of it. And if it's of no use to you, that's fine. It's just keeping me busy in my old age, and I hope the video has been at least a little bit interesting. And if you're still here at the end, thanks for staying, and you guys take care, and good audio sound recording wherever you are. Bye for now.